How many of you have things that you like to achieve? Things that are important to you? Raise your hand, let me see. Very good. The number one reason why we don't do things that we want to do, the number one reason why we don't go out and experiment with life is because of the opposition. And what is the opposition? The opposition is demonstrated by this African proverb. The proverb says, if there's no enemy within, the enemy outside can do us no harm. If there's no enemy within, the enemy outside can do us no harm. I think that is the major reason why most people don't go out and do the things that they want to do. And I'm not talking about what society has conditioned us to do, which is go to school, get a job, and work hard, and get a family growing and all that. I don't believe that is what we're here for. Each of us has something inside that calls us. And we feel that call. We hear that call. But because of the conditioning process of life, most of us ignore that call. I believe once you begin to listen to the voice within, and you begin to learn how to face the opposition, you'll be encouraged, you'll be equipped to go out and get that which is yours. And in this case, that which is yours does not have to do anything with material resources, but that's everything to do with the expression of your soul. We all need that. That is what we're here for. That is why you see people get to the end of their lives. They have all the material wealth in the world, but they don't feel satisfied because they did what society conditioned them to do. What I want us to look at today, which I believe is going to benefit you, is to look at basically 3 ways you can overcome that opposition within. And once you have those ideas, if you begin to apply them, I believe it's going to help you get a little bit closer to realizing what you came to this planet to do. The first is dreaming. We hear this dream big. But to illustrate the concept of dreaming big, I would like to take you back to Martin Luther King Sr., the father of the famous Martin Luther King Jr. When Martin Luther King Sr. was raising his son, he realized something about his son. He realized his son was a very good boy, but he was not a dreamer. So what he did, he went to, at that time, one of the leaders of the Morehouse School, the school which Martin Luther King attended. And he went to him, to the principal, and he said, he was Dr. Benjamin Mays, a good friend of Martin Luther King Sr. He told him, I would like you to help me. My son is a good son, he's a good boy. He has never given me any trouble. But there's only one problem with him. He doesn't dream. I want you to tell my boy how to dream. I want you to teach my boy how to dream. MLK was less than 15 years old at that time. And Dr. Benjamin Mays taught Martin Luther King Jr. how to dream. And look at what he went on to achieve. Were you taught how to dream? If you were not taught how to dream, how can you teach yourself how to dream? Can you find someone who is going to hold your hand and walk you through to make a dreamer out of you? That's the first step to overcoming the opposition. Learn how to dream. Big a dream always. And hold on to your dreams. Sometimes it might take 50 years, sometimes even 100 years. But your soul, which does not die with your body, is going to look back and be happy that your dream came true. Your dream might not have anything to do with you, your physical body, but once you pursue it, you don't care how many generations it's going to take for your dream to come true. Because you know it's a realization of what you came here for. Once you know how to dream, the second step is you have to be daring to overcome the opposition. It's a fact. You're going to face challenges. You're going to face obstacles. And to be daring, you have to become a better leader. Leaders are people who dare. As a matter of fact, Wednesday evening, I went to a meeting and it was a group of speakers. And one of the speakers on the agenda had a 30 minutes presentation she was to give. But for some reason, the reason why she decided not to speak is because the setting had changed. She wasn't prepared to speak in that setting. And she basically shut down. She said, I'm not going to dare do this. This is not what I prepared for. And when the meeting was over, I told her, why did you do that? I drove all the way from my house to be here just to listen to you. And you did not have the courage to dare, knowing that you might fail because this is not how you prepared for the opportunity. Why didn't you just be a leader? Show us that, look, sometimes life doesn't go the way you expect, but you still have to dare do the things that you want to do. Because people around you, believe it or not, are looking up to you. They are watching you. Are you daring enough? That's how you overcome the opposition. Are you taking chances? Knowing that you might fail, do you still do the things that the voice within tells you to do? Do you do that? Think about it. Those things that are calling you, you feel strongly inside. This is what I must do. Do you have the courage? Are you a leader? Do you dare? Once you have a big dream and you dare to take action towards the realization of that dream, you dare to be a leader, the next step to overcome that voice of opposition that comes from within, is to donate. You dream, you dare, and you donate. And donate, in other words, means give. Because let me tell you something. The greatest way to feel the happiest is to give. How many of you know that to be true? Say I.
Aye.
Say I.
Aye.
That's the best way to feel the happiest. And I remember a quote that says, if you want to feel really good about yourself, find someone who you can help, who cannot help you. That's the way you can feel the best about yourself. How many of you give? And let me tell you why most people don't give. The reason why most people don't give is because they operate out of the consciousness of scarcity. And consciousness is what we are. Most people don't think they have enough. Most people don't believe they have enough. As an example, yesterday I was having dinner with a friend of mine, and there's this lady who came to our table with a baby in her hand. And she was having a little note card with a message on it saying, please, I need help to buy whatever meal for my baby. And I looked at her and I said, what's your story? With a big smile. And she smiled back and she said, I just need money to buy food for my baby. I don't have a job and I really appreciate if you can help. At that moment, I wanted to reach out into my wallet and bring out a $10 bill and give to her. But I said, let me see if this woman really wants to take what I'm about to give, if she's ready to accept it. So I asked her, what's the story behind your baby? Why is it that you are in the condition that you are today? And she said, life is just hard. And I'm here, I don't have a job, I do clean houses every time I find a house, but I'll just really appreciate if you can give today. As I was about to finally bring out my wallet, because of the way I was laughing and happy, because I was about to give, the woman looked at me and maybe she felt I was making fun of her or something, but she decided to turn around and leave. She said, thank you, I'll go now. Even though she was also smiling and laughing with me, she said, thank you, I'll go now. And I felt really bad. Not for me because I had given in my heart already, but I felt bad for her because she wasn't ready to receive. She was asking, but she wasn't ready to receive. Are you ready to receive? And if you want to receive, are you ready to give? Because I received. She did not receive, but I received. Believe me, I received. Here is something that I'd like to call on you to donate on. Next week, I'm taking a road trip across America. And one of the things that I've decided to do is to stop at 10 different clubs and give speeches to encourage people. basically to do those things that they feel are important to them. Because believe it or not, sometimes when I go and speak to people, I believe this is my life calling. Sometimes when I go and speak to people, it makes them feel so good that I say, my work is done. If I die today, I'm happy because I know at least one person in that audience is going to make a positive change. That is it. Lord, if you want to take me, I'm ready. That's the way I feel. So I believe there's an impact that is being made. Not because I'm giving, but because people are receiving. What I'd like you to do is to make a contribution. I have a budget for traveling, and one of my colleagues told me, is it because you don't have the money to give to pay for the trip? I said, I have the money. Even if I don't have the money, I know how to get the money. But most people need an opportunity to contribute. Most people don't contribute enough. And it's not because they don't have things to contribute to, it's because they are not called on to contribute. Here are forms that I'd like you to make a contribution. And if you look at these forms, you're going to see that you can donate either in money, in prayers, or any other form of donation you like. It's not about the money, it's about you giving something. Because I know some people don't have money. And that's fine. But just remember, maybe it's because you're operating out of a consciousness of scarcity. Because if you made it here today, it means somehow you have some money. So fill it up and pass it on. If you don't have money, that's all right. Just check the prayers or the others. And I have a gift for those of you who are going to donate $20 or more. And this is a very good gift. This one. Last week we were here with Teddy, and he said, I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with my life. Meanwhile, I have this program that I taught in many schools, and it's basically a program to help you define what it is that you want to do with your life. Most people don't have any targets to run after. That is why they stand still. If you have a target, believe me, you're going to run. And this other one is basically a leadership program, which I taught in a high school, and it's basically going to help you become a better leader. This is a gift with two. I basically sell them for $20 each, but for any of you giving $20 or more, I'm going to give you a set of these two. And remember, you give, and it helps you more than anyone else.